Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I tell you what, I don't know of any outdoor show that we call it the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming as we head into our 20th year on the air. And we started out locally, then we went to Gainesville, Florida, and now we're going to Lolo, Montana. We're going to San Francisco right after this, and ended up in Benton, Kentucky at the end. But right now we're heading to Montana, Lolo, Montana, right out of near Missoula, because we're going to talk right now to the new executive director of the International Hunter Education Association USA, and you can't get that title on one shirt. I know that. So we're glad to have Alex Baer on with us this morning on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad. I know that you took over the position from David Allen, who had been at it for a long time, but it's not a new position really because you've really had extensive time with the organization. So talk about the duties of the new executive director of the International Hunter Education Association.
Glad to. I don't know if we have enough time for all the duties. But,
no, just briefly tell us what is the. I know you were the former the COO of the same organization. So, and I assume because I think David was in Colorado or someplace else, weren't they? They weren't in Lolo, were they?
Yeah, well, that's the fun part about just business in general these days. I guess everybody's working from different places. Being connected through virtual means, right? So
yes, yeah,
I got some big shoes to fill with David, and he has, for the record, he has stepped down from the position, but he's still very much involved with the organization. He's actually helping us with a new project that we might get to here in a little bit, but he lives in Billings or
outside
of Billings,
yes,
Montana. Yep.
Uh-huh.
But we had headquarters in Denver, Colorado.
That's it.
We've done a lot of changes, really gone lean heading into 2021.
Yes.
So we're all wearing a bunch of hats, trying to do a bunch of different things to set us up for a big anniversary year.
Well, that's what I wanted to get into because you guys, I wish Gene Smith could be with us this morning. As I told Alex earlier in the week that Gene, of course, is our hunter education guru, a co-host of this show. He's taught over 20,000 kids hunter education. And, Bill, you were alluding to that. I don't think people realize that, hunter education is so valuable to the pursuit of the outdoors, whether you're boating, your wildlife management, field care, all these different kind of things. And I know when I saw these figures, Alex, 650,000 students annually.
It's pretty wild.
It is. It's more than wild. That's annual. Y'all heard me say that at the end. Not since it started in 1949. You want to guess, Ron or Bill, how many students has been taking part in this program since 1949?
Oh wow!
Huh?
Millions.
Millions. You're close. Okay. All right.
17.5 million.
How about 40 million? So,
wow.
Is this not an important thing? So I know, Alex, this has got to be close to your heart. So talk about what this organization means to you.
That's a great question, and I love talking about that. So happy to do so. And really, I want to thank you for not having me do that math this early in the morning.
Yeah, okay.
The numbers really are staggering. And for the industry, what that means, every person that comes into hunting, every state has some different ideas on what age and when the cutoff truly is. But that's a lot of people that have coming into this industry. With some open eyes and some different impressions what they're going to expect. So
yes,
it's pretty exciting. I think they've all come through the same door in some way or another, right?
Yes, and you have to have instructors too. When I saw the numbers of instructors, I'm not going to ask Bill or Ron, but 55,000 instructors or more who give their time, right, Alex? I mean, these are
volunteers. Yeah.
Volunteers. 55,000. Golly.
The numbers are absolutely staggering, and it really shows you how many people are passionate about this industry, right?
Yes,
Not
yes.
so much that they just can't wait until the season kicks around, but that they are willing to take their time and offer that to bring new people into the space. You can't ask for more dedicated people than the instructors of hunter education.
And
Um,
and
it's,
Bill, I know you thinking about this. There's more and more people outdoors. Bill's talked about this, and I've talked about it, Alex. And
We were
this
just
could,
thinking the same thing, Larry.
yeah, this could be a record year for hunter education too, Alex. Couldn't it? I mean, I know we're having to do this differently than we
mm-hmm.
have in the past. So we're doing it mostly online, I guess. I don't know. I was in a classroom with 50 kids. I mean, I look like Jack and the Beanstalk here. You know, when I took it with my son. So what's going to look like in 2021 for hunter education?
Everything is changing. We have, as you may imagine, as you alluded to, the game has changed because you just haven't had the opportunity for the in-person coursework, which, for better or worse, has really changed the demographics of students.
Yes.
Think about people who didn't have the time, who weren't sure they wanted to commit that amount of time for a full day in the field, or in some cases to have to travel over an hour to a course. So to be able to take that from the comforts of your home brings a lot of people into the fold, even if they're just interested. We don't know if they're all going to purchase their first license or not, but just the fact that they're interested enough to take the course and offering that through really every state has an online piece, I think, at this point, to be able to take that opportunity from anywhere at any time certainly increases the numbers. We haven't seen the results yet from this year. Obviously, it's still early, still at a college, still being counted. Can
Yes.
I say that, or is it too soon?
Yeah.
But yeah, the counts aren't in yet, but we actually have a research project getting kicked off this year to dig into all of the ins and outs of the changes COVID put on hunter education. There's a lot. Every state handled it differently. Some states handled it admirably, absolutely did a fantastic job, and it was challenging for many states as well. So we'll see how it all unfolds. But at this point, we see a lot of people coming back to hunting, not necessarily new, of course, but we want to celebrate all the people returning as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Life changed for a lot of people this year.
And Bill, you can respond to that. I know you have a son that went through it. You've been involved in the hunter education program yourself, and you're in conservation. How important is this program?
Well, it's huge, Larry. I mean, even as a trap coach, scholastic trap coach,
Yes.
our programs require the kids to get a hunter safety course, and what they come out of that with equips them for so many situations that aren't even just hunting. Firearm safety and how to treat landowners, and so these many things that are taught in hunter safety that go beyond just hunting. So plus, once you go through that course, you've made that time commitment, even if it's just online, to that you want to be part of this thing somehow.
Yeah.
And who knows where that ends up, but it's big.
It's big. And again, we're talking to Alex Baer. He's the new executive director of the International Hunter Education Association USA. And Alex, I saw in here a little bit about the National R3 plan. What is that?
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with R3, you want to be. It's probably the biggest movement that's been going on for a while and picking up a lot of momentum in the industry. It's a recruitment, retaining, and reactivation. So the 3 R's of hunters and fishermen and shooters.
Yes.
In the industry, and it's in a nutshell, it's transforming the way that the state agencies and partners really approach the business of conservation. Thinking about customers, thinking people buy a license as a customer, how do they move through the progress towards, from hunter education, from interest to hunter education to passion, right? How do we get them through that system and make it easier and easier to do so? And that's where IHEA really wants to play a bigger role going forward in establishing that path of educational opportunities to get someone from, graduate to a place where they're so comfortable they want to take somebody else into the field, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Think about that from graduate to guide is how I talk about it.
Well, you say this is you say this is an exciting time for the industry, and I truly believe that too. And you might update our listeners a little bit about your background, how
Sure.
you got into this.
Yeah, well, and I guess as it most often does, it comes back to family first.
Yeah.
I'm cognizant of keeping my voice down because I've got a couple of sons sleeping in the other room.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But they, it's these last couple of years of going out with them, or my oldest son, Fletcher, and having him be a part of the hunt is really, those are the most exciting years of hunting for me so far.
Well, I know Bill will say that too, because I've seen enough pictures of his son Bill the 12th, or whatever it might be, being in the outdoors together. So our folks now, if they want to get information about the organization, Alex, we only got a couple of minutes here. Where do they go to get information about the organization?
Yeah, well, I'm excited to say, check out the new website. Just launched last week. It's ihea-usa.org. Check us out there. We're always making that better, and just turned over a new leaf with a new logo, a new brand. This is our 50th anniversary.
Yes.
50 years. So we're celebrating that with a new, refreshed look.
Sounds good. Okay, Alex Baer, thank you, buddy, for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Go back to bed or whatever you're going to do in Lolo, Montana this morning, but throw on an extra blanket for us, okay? All right?
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you. All right, let's take another break on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and now we're going to San Francisco. Oh, man. I left my heart in San Francisco.
Well, I wondered where it was, Larry.
No, it was, yeah.
I have to tell you, that's my favorite city to
I know it is.
visit.
I know it is.
Wouldn't want to live there, though.
All right, we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.